Welcome to WROL Broadcast. I am 8Mail, and with me today we have Loot. Maybe Luke.
Dude, that's your cue for saying.
Yeah, hey, what's going on?
M4.
Hello, everybody.
Hawkeye.
Howdy.
The guy that just about became deaf. Almost deaf.
What? Hey, what's up, guys?
And Burger should be joining us hopefully at some point, but we're going to go ahead and get started so we don't keep you waiting. And this is an episode of the DC Legends tier list, aka M4's third time winning siege if it wasn't for a hacker. Woo woo! The normal hacker laid low. He's been laying low a little more, so we haven't talked about him a lot. But we got a new hacker, Lil Barrow, at the top, hacking all the modes blatantly, admitting it in Joker's server.
It's all the modes.
Yeah, all the modes. Changing the name to Do Something Reeves, and no, Reeves is
Now he's imitating the Court of Owls to the point where somebody posted on Reddit yesterday that they hated the Court of Owls, and I was wondering why. So I went on there, and they thought that because that person named themselves with our logo, that he was part of the Court of Owls.
Yeah, right here. So I guess it's the named whatever this is. I can't.
Dragona Joestar.
Yeah, but this is probably the guy that's complaining. The one, number 2 guy.
No, and I don't blame him. I'd be complaining too. So.
Yeah, the guy that's complaining is in Killer Frost. Showdown.
I give it up to him because, I mean, this is the first hacker who's like blatantly just done it and not, actually interacted with like the community, and just, I don't know. It's terrible. I'm not going to call any names or anything.
But anyway, we'll get off that topic. We just wanted to point that out right at the beginning of the show because
this is the tier list discussion.
Yeah,
let's not get off.
But we do acknowledge the siege, and it was sad that M4 didn't get his 3 times winning. But you win too much anyway. Everybody's kind of tired of you. Kind of like the Patriots at this point. So
this is true.
It's never enough.
So, no days
But
off.
let me ask you this: is it counted as a win anyway? Then
No.
The M4 is kind of a loser, and he doesn't. He just puts his list as the real thing. So instead of what it should.
That's kind of dumb.
Yeah, because I'd have 3 wins if we did it the real way. But anyway, so let's talk about the Toon of the Month. And M4 as the siege runner-up. What would you...
This one's easy. This one's...
Yeah.
I think it's easy, I think.
Okay.
For me, it's Mary. Mary's just crazy. She's not contrary. Everyone thinks she's good, right? The close second might be the Wizard if we got him early enough, but Mary's just in every team that...
See, I'm not finding I can use her at all. Granted, I'm really low. I'm like in the 60s, 70 range, but every team's Trigon, and I can't even put Mary on the team most of the time.
So maybe. But compared to the others, though.
Yeah, in L5, she's not great for me either at L5. I mean, she's good, but she's not like... I don't know. She's scary as hell on defense, but she's not... I don't know. I'm not... I mean, I like her a lot, but I didn't find her to be that useful this siege.
Let's hear from Mr. Duff, because you have him somewhere in between, right? RB2, I think.
No, still L5. But
still L5. Okay.
Once I took him to that, he became my Toon of the Month. In fact, you probably saw it. Like there was some matches or teams you probably saw where I wasn't even using Mary because she's better on defense than offense. for me. At least like she saved me in like some matches where I lost like almost all my tunes, and she was the last one left and just nuked like the opponent. But as far as like matches, if I'm not going to lose any tunes, I'm going to have like a hitter, and the wizard was that for me.
He does look cool. So I haven't geared him yet, so I don't have him. But I think if I had unlocked him and used him, he might have been it for me. My tune of the month, weirdly, I was gonna do is Deathstroke, because he was the only character I used in every single team.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
I think you said this in your stream, and for that, like Deathstroke is great in Siege, but you never use him after a siege.
Yeah.
Exactly.
When he's a bonus tune, he's really good. The turn meter was really useful, and then there were so many Atrocitus teams, if I wasn't facing Trigon teams, that I could comfortably slot him in, and he wouldn't get nuked.
Right, because he survives. Yeah, he survives the nuke.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have him RB under Atrocitus,
Yeah.
But he's still L5 for me.
Hawkeye, what I might still L5 too, actually. Hawkeye, who was your tune of the month?
I would actually go with the Wizard. Even only having him L2, I've used him pretty consistently ever since I got him, and like almost just saying, if you want somebody that's going to be an offensive force, I think he's just a better option than Mary. Just because Mary has to lose somebody to really get going.
The only reason I don't like the Wizard is because you're facing Mary, and it's so easy to get an accidental kill with the Wizard.
Yeah, that happened to me. More than one occasion.
So yeah, that's why you shouldn't use him in all your matches. Hey, Yoshimitsu, thanks for the follow.
Luke,
All right, so who else hasn't voted?
Luke.
My tune of the month was Dr. Poison. Every
not
team I
surprised.
fight is Cheshire Trigon. And she really does a great job of killing the two of them. So she's my tune of the month.
Don't hate me, I guess you're in charge.
Well, I'm going to say Burger's going to vote Wizard, so that would be 3 votes for Wizard, so I think we should give it to him.
Fine. All right.
I wish Burger was here. Well, actually, let's table the Wizard discussion, and
Yeah, let's wait. Yeah, let's
see
go for
if Burger
the.
shows up before the end. We'll talk about him last. Why don't we talk
Yeah,
about...
let's talk about the stat boost first.
Okay, stat boost. Miss Martian.
Let's go. Yeah, let's go up. So we give Burger a chance to join later.
Okay. So Miss Martian stat boost. I used her a handful of times. I don't see any difference at all, so I just voted the same. Did anybody else?
And exactly the same.
Like, she just doesn't seem any different. Anybody have any other
The
comments?
stat boosts are just a bust at this point. I think in VIP we've been trying to push to make bigger jumps on tunes, and that's just kind of been ignored so far. I don't think any of this month's stat boost tunes were anything to write home about. Even
not all of them. I mean, like the Enchantress stat boost was much needed, and like she has way more survivability. Like mine's only RB1, and she lasts longer now.
We only have one.
But I mean, sorry, hey, no, there's 4 because Deathstroke, Zod, and Shazam were also stat boosts as well as.
Oh,
boosts.
okay, so they're also siege bonus. That's why. Okay.
Yeah. That's
But not to disagree with you, almost like there's definitely been some that have been better than others, but for the most part, they have been all around just no improvement whatsoever.
Yeah,
I agree with Hawkeye.
Oh, good. There's Burger. He has joined.
hey.
What's up, guys?
Hey,
Hello,
Burger.
Now, I guess we'll go to the new tunes because that's what people are here for anyway. So let's talk
Yes.
about.
Oh, let's confirm Burger tune of the month.
Yeah, who's your tune of the month, Burger?
Man, just I think the person that I used the most was Mary. but the one that I like the most is probably the Wiz.
I voted Wiz for you, but it was kind of
Yeah.
M4 voted Mary, and 2 of them voted Wizard. So
Yeah, I think Mary. I mean, she just such a out of the two. I mean, she's just such a game changer. So I think I used her probably. I tried to fit her in every single match, and then the Wiz I used probably about the same amount as Shazam. So, but Mary was absolutely on every team.
it was 2v2 with a slight vote for Wizard. I'm gonna vote Wizard anyway. So.
I mean, you're in charge of the sheet, so
Yeah. It just seemed like there was more votes. Only 1.5 people voted Mary.
I can see the Wizard getting more usage from here on out than Mary. Like, just you'll see probably more Wizards in PvP.
Yeah, I'm actually excited to try him.
Yeah, he's fun.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about characters that's not fun. Miracle Molly. I did not really care for her at all. Thought she was kind of a lame character. I gave her a C. I used her a little bit for those heavy blue teams. Almost F. You voted a C as well. I'd like to hear your thoughts before we open it up.
Well, I mean, the biggest problem is right when she came out, she was just bugged. And I think it was day 3 of Siege where she was causing the out of sync.
I'll sync.
And I fell victim to that. You know, like first thing I did when I woke up, did a Siege match, put her in, and then bam, out of sync. And then WB gave us all 13 energy.
Yep.
Even the one that didn't have the out of sync. So it's like, thanks.
Yeah, it didn't help
Definitely
you
not
at all.
catching up to anybody.
Well, to be fair, almost didn't help me either.
Yeah.
It did absolutely nothing.
You know, maybe from here on out, you should just start hacking.
Yeah, she just doesn't do anything special. Like, what is it that she brings to the team?
I'm gonna tell you what she does.
The retaliation's pretty good.
It
Like,
is, but
her 3 hits
She
pretty
kinda
hard. Like her 3, like L5 to L5 Mary. Like if Mary wasn't behind a taunter, it was probably 50% of the time like it was 1-hit KO on if they were evenly matched. Now if the Mary was RB1 or something, then she's probably not going to KO her. But that helped out a lot. Her 2 hit pretty decent, and so if you didn't have to worry about anybody retaliating on the other team, like using that to get, around a taunter to hit people. I mean, it worked out well. Her 1 retaliation that was happening was pretty annoying at times, and I lost several toons just to that. Even if she was the only one left, you have to hit her, and it was hurting. So, I think I vote B. With it, but I think she was pretty good.
well, she's for a red. She's pretty squishy, even taking hits from blues.
Yeah,
I
I don't know. I wasn't excited.
That's why I vote trash tier.
Dude, aren't you supported by Molly for your Toon of the Month? She's the best setup for Dr. Poison. That should
Not
be
really,
for something.
because will she even survive until it's time to use Dr. Poison?
Well, usually you try to use Dr. Poison before anybody else goes. So.
Yeah, but a lot of times my enemy went first and nuked me, or Trigon did something to me and she would die. She died a lot.
Yeah.
Actually, she died every time I used her. And then I was just like, I'm never using her again. If I could delete her, I would, but the game won't let me.
Does her passive 4 even apply, or is it still bugged?
I don't think it works.
Yeah, because I
I
stopped
haven't.
using
No,
her.
It works against me all the time.
Yeah, it works now. It works.
Yeah.
She's fully
I will
fixed
also
now.
say that the silence on her basic was triggering
Maybe
way
I'm right.
more than 50% against me. The number of times where I had Shazam unable to
To
taunt
taunt, yeah.
because of her was way too high. It was definitely more than 50% of the time she hit.
Yeah, and she did a good job. I mean, I know it's just Siege bias. Like, I probably won't use her in PvP, but she does a good job of controlling like Wizard and or the Wiz and Mary. Because you AOE, like they're not very. I mean, they sometimes can take a hit, but most of the times, I mean, they're a little squishy getting off, and she definitely helped control that.
And that's why you RB4 the wizard.
Yeah.
Yep, exactly right.
Yeah.
Itara says she brings retaliation as a heavy anti-evade, so I guess that's her kind of purpose. Thing is, and the problem we see with most new characters that come out, unless they're just absurdly overpowered, is that you'll use them to siege and then you'll
Wait.
never touch them again.
Kate, who said what? Who said it?
Ytria?
Okay, I just love you.
Ytria.
There you go. Finally, I just love it when you mispronounce names.
Ytria,
Yeah.
our fellow 1500 member.
All right. Let's move on to a character I think is probably really good. I abstain from voting, even though it doesn't matter. Is Wizard Shazam. Burger, I'll let you start. We all voted A. Everybody who has used them voted A.
Oh yeah, I mean he's really badass. I mean, like when his stun triggers on his 3, I mean you're the other team. You're probably losing the match. Like you're definitely losing at least one toon. Like if he gets a shot, like it blows my mind. Like I was having difficult facing like L2 wizards. Like how people were dealing with my dumbass purchase of RB2. He's pretty ridiculous. I mean, so his 2 could trigger his 3. His 3's devastating. His 1, I mean, causing true damage to others is pretty lights out. I think I said before, like when I had him RB1. And I used his 1 on somebody randomly just to try to avoid, I think it was Cheshire at the time. He has the ability to purge awareness, so he had done that. He from her, and then his 1 ended up taking out an L5. Just with the true damage that happened, and so I mean he's really good. I mean the only thing that I really look at and say it kind of stinks is he's a little squishy. But I mean, he hits hard, helps clear the field. I mean, so he's pulling buffs from other people. I've had on speed-based teams, and the other team gets 2 or 3 moves, and they're stacking buffs. Like he's stacking in ups at the same time as he's pulling those buffs away. And I mean, I've had him have like 15 to 20 intelligence ups before he even gets a move, and then he just nukes everybody. So I mean, he's really, really freaking good.
Okay. So yeah, for like the Chanty, Trigon, Cheshire, Coops teams, like just use Lex, Ultraman, Coops, and Wizard, and just let them keep hitting you, and before you know it, they're just Wizard will nuke them all.
Yeah, I'm really excited to get him. He looks like one of those characters that if we had Olay, I would have taken him RB5.
Yeah.
Yep. But WB hates us.
Yeah.
Olay.
Well, I think it's Olay that hates us.
Olay hates iOS.
All right. It looks like he's an A. Anybody else have any comments on him? Hawkeye? I knew you got him.
Yeah, I mean, when I got him unlocked at L2, like my only real question was how Burger was not just running away with the siege. That's how good he is.
Yeah. When I got him, I got a few more full bonus matches against some bots in certain teams, and then also facing him, especially when he's with Mary, it's almost impossible to use 18. You can, but it's not guaranteed. You will lose a tune more often than not. So when I face Burger's team, I always go 16 because if you piss either one of them, Mary or the Wizard, and I think you have them at least RB2 to begin with, and then got him RB4 later down the road, and it's so scary. If they take a turn, either one of them, it's lights out. Someone's gonna die.
Yeah.
The only thing I would tell you guys is you might not know exactly how to play M4 because there's a couple people this season that were doing full bonus against me all the time.
Yeah.
We talked about that at the beginning.
Yeah.
I should ask tips because I don't know how to burger. I can't.
Yeah.
And I have the
Keep trying.
the privilege of testing against your exact team, and I still can't.
Yeah. No, I was lucky to find you in Wraithburger, so that
Yeah.
helped me a lot.
Nope, not enough. Just enough. Just enough not to lose, but not enough to full bonus.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. Indigo 1 was a rework that turned out okay. I was really hoping Indigo 1 was going to be a super Cheshire Trigon counter.
Nope.
And
Nope.
wasn't even close. Oh, I mean, okay, I'd say a little bit close, but not close enough.
He does have one good use though.
What's that?
He can speed up someone, and that someone is Stitch. So Stitch can go first and then neuter everyone. That's what I use her for, so that's why I use her a lot.
Who was the person?
That's her.
I missed the name.
So Indigo can hit her too. Can give 25% turn meter to someone. So give it to Stitch, and then Stitch AOE neuter everyone, and that's it.
Yeah.
Easy match. That's what I use her for.
Yeah, I mean she's good, and she's better against Cheshire than she is Trigon, but she's not bad.
She needs help. She can tag team with someone and somewhat control Cheshire, right? Like let's say her and Enchantress, her and Ultraman, something like that, some combo. But on her own, she doesn't work. It's not enough.
Yeah, but she was a solid rework. Like definitely, if you're an Indigo
Oh, yeah.
user player, to go from trash to a respectable B tier, I think.
And arguably best abs in the game.
Yeah. And almost you voted A.
Yeah, like low A because like there's a lot in her kit that's helpful. My favorite part is if you hit her, then you get a retaliation
Shoots
from
up.
someone on your team.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool, especially if it helps to have like can't miss, under her. So someone touches her, you have Connor on there and it's like boom, dead. Mine's RB5, so that's always nice. And she just does a lot. Having her under Lex or having her under Enchantress is awesome. I think it's like, to go from, trash tier to this, it's like it's amazing. There's another tune on the discussion list that was once trash that is not, except Hate still thinks he's trash.
We'll get to
We'll get to that.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
Moving on. Next on the list. Or anybody else have any comments on Indigo before we move on? All right.
No, I'll just say I liked her, which is probably surprising to many.
Yeah, actually it is.
Looking at your votes, yes. You liking anyone is a surprise.
I think everyone's just looking at our abs right now on stream.
Yeah. Moving on, Mary Shazam. We talked about her quite a bit during the tier list, but we'll touch on her. Luke, you voted B, where most people vote A, so just curious your thoughts on that.
Yeah, every time I use her, she dies, so I'm not into it. On defense, she's triple S tier. I mean, that could be the best defensive player in the game. My God.
She is horrifying on defense.
Yeah.
It's like guarantee if you kill someone on the other team and she's not stunned or dead, you're going to die. The whole team's going to die.
Yeah.
She just wiped me out. But on offense, I found her to be really lackluster.
Yeah.
I didn't think she was very good at all. Good
I'll
enough
say-
for not being seen. She's not trash, but I don't know. I didn't like her.
I used to say for more or less a year and a half since his rework, when you see him, it's called Spectre rules. You have to kill him first. Now it's like you have to kill Mary first.
Yeah. And I hated when it was Mary and Spectre on a team.
Worst thing.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Because because your odds of keeping somebody, your team alive, is low. I had a couple times where it was Superman, Mary, Spectre, Cheshire. That was such a pain in the butt team.
Mm-hmm.
Any other comments on Mary? We talked about her a lot already, so moving to A tier.
I mean,
From trash.
there's like more to her kit other than she just kills you on defense.
Yes,
But like
that's true.
You gotta love how she clears buffs. That's always nice. And she
I like the turn meter. Yeah, the turn meter manipulation was nice with her one.
Because it won't proc like KOA if one of your teammates is hitting him. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean she's good.
Yeah, that's great rework. I wondered why up to this point why M4 had her RB5 and he was holding out for this rework.
I just
Well,
followed
he used to troll the boy with her.
Yeah, right.
All right. Mary moved to A. Now we are voting on Zod. Kind of surprised to see a few C's on here. Burger,
What?
you voted Zod as a C.
Yeah, I mean, like, he's okay. I mean, same thing. I mean, he is great on evasion stuff, but he's pretty squishy. My L5, I mean, seems like he gets taken out by everybody. So I really don't use him that often. And honestly, like, what he is good for, like, there's so many other people that are gonna hold up better and do what he does better than he does. So I think he's a little power crept, and I'm just I think there's a lot of other people I would bring before I brought him.
See, I was kind of surprised by that.
Oh.
I thought he was a little better. Almost, you voted A, so you're kind of the other end of the extreme.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you couldn't use them a whole lot to siege because of those super blues.
Yeah.
But he's useful in the right situations. The can't miss is great. I thought when he was reworked initially, what was it, 2 years ago, that was great until Aquaman had his rework, and then it's like you can't use him because he can't crit. But I don't know. I think can't miss. He's fast. You get the on his buff that helps. I don't know. I just think he's good. It's just he wasn't necessarily useful to siege.
He does a ton of damage too.
Yeah,
He does. His biggest problem is cyborg soups exist. That's the biggest problem. There's zero reason to bring Zod over cyborg soups.
yeah, that's true.
What are you talking about? There was two reasons to bring him over Cyborg Soups.
Well, and in the siege, yes. But other than that, he can't miss green.
Like he is like if I'm bringing a can't miss green to a fight, he is the absolute last one I'm reaching for.
Yeah,
For sure.
I
agree.
agree to that. The only reason
Look,
is
mine
because
Zod is RB5, and I think he's terrible.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
even-
you're right.
Doesn't Pingzo have him RB5 too?
Yep.
He's
Yeah.
so bad. Like
Even he
does-
was like, you can't take
you
him.
can't use him this siege.
Yeah.
It's virtually, especially for me, it's virtually impossible. I'm facing 0 bonus tunes every fight.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, and he's kind of squishy. Yeah.
he's so squishy, and any blue will just annihilate him. Especially like with the really powerful blues. Trigon she just looks at him, he laughs, and the guy just falls over and dies.
Well, I guess with the scores, if we don't count the guess, that does move it down to C. So since you have an
Yeah.
RB5 and you want C,
See, baby, we got it.
I'm gonna have to let that weigh in the favor of that. So,
Hmm.
All right, moving on to Deathstroke. He was my tune of the month. I think he's solid B character. The turn meter manipulation, I feel like, is his strength. Looks like most of us voted B, except Loot. You voted C as well.
I had a tough time using him this siege. Whenever I would use him, basically he would disease out. But then again, all my tunes diseased out. So
It's not.
I
his
faced
fault.
a disease comp virtually every single match. I did not buy this siege. I didn't even play every day. So I was not playing against, I would call, competitive players. I was playing against players that just felt like using whatever they felt like using, and they made it virtually impossible to use any bonus tunes. And I would just get diseased out. So he just didn't fit in that team to fight that.
He was so good against Mary. He was what kept me from getting murdered by her. Burger, you also voted C?
Yeah, I mean, I just think it's like a physical tune. He has, there's a couple things that I like, but again, like I just think it goes back to like there's so many other people that I would bring instead of him. Even like his death immunity and stuff. And again, this is just mostly Siege, right? But against like Wizard and Mary, like I mean, that wasn't like annoying at all. Like there wasn't a single time that I was like, and no matter what team comp, I don't think there's a single time that I'm ever like, oh shit, there's a Deathstroke over there. What am I going to do to handle him? I'm just like, oh, I'm going to plug any toon in here. And yeah, he might live a little bit longer because, his death immunity kicks in, but eventually he's going down. And even if he puts silence on me and turn meters down a little bit, it's not going to matter. Like I'm still going to win. And so I don't think there's ever really a time that like I'm worried about facing him. I think there's so many people that I would bring before him. So I mean, I don't know. Like I don't see him making any team that he's on that much better. And so to me, in my mind, if that's how I am, if that's kind of how I view a toon, I'm going to throw him in C tier.
M4, any comments?
He's really good. Every time I use him, he has very good control, and he's tough. He doesn't have a whole lot of damage until he kills someone, but then at that point it's a bonus. The only thing I can think of him is that he's really good when you use him, but then you would never reach for Deathstroke to solve any particular problem. So that's why I put him as a B.
Yeah. Anybody else have any other comments on him before we move on?
I miss the parts of his kit that that which is when like early kit when basically the community had him nerfed. Like remember when he came out or
he's
year,
he would stack all those strengths ups,
and they're permanent. That's the big difference.
Yeah,
if he would get those strength ups today, I think we would like him a lot more.
Yeah, I agree, and like bring that back. That would be awesome.
Yeah, that wouldn't be too bad, right? Because he's easy to take care of anyway. Yeah, we have the tools now.
Yeah, and we might as well get a stronger Deathstroke. At least it gives him. He can hit harder. He'll die just the same.
Yeah.
Yep, and then Spectre can remove all of it if need be. So it's not that big of a deal now compared to when
Spectre actually was a huge issue for me this siege. He was just so annoying. I faced so many of them.
Yeah, he was
especially with Mary.
Yeah, he was very prevalent.
So annoying.
Like sub level 40. All right, moving on. Siege bonus toon, rework, stat boost, not rework, is Saint Walker. I didn't feel a big difference in his kit. He's kind of
he was
not boosted.
Oh, okay.
He was boosted a month or 2 months ago, I think.
Yeah.
Not this month.
Yeah,
but yes, you don't feel it.
Yeah. I mean, I voted C. I could go C or B. He's just kind of a
Yeah.
blah,
Well,
boring character.
I think the main reason you don't feel it is because one, when they suck, you don't use them, and then now they got stat boosted, but they're also facing, the newer tunes with the stats that they're on par with. But then you realize, yeah, they're still crap because their kit is still crap, right?
Yeah.
So that stat boost probably helped a bit. You never notice because it didn't help them. It didn't move the needle far enough for it to
He's a
matter.
tune that really needed a rework in his stat boost.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of does need to rework. There's little reason to use him, and he sucks outside of leader, and his leader is not that good. One would think an extra 2 rebirths would matter a lot, but sadly in practice it doesn't. I barely feel it.
That's why they say Rebirth is a scam.
It is a scam. I got my tunes RB5 and it's not enough.
Any other comments on Saint Walker before we move on? We still got a lot of tunes to character.
Done here.
Yep.
All right, moving on to Shazam. He's one I'm biased because he's RB5. I feel like he's an A tier character for me, but I can
No,
really
he's
see.
not. He sucks at L5. That's
Yeah.
why I took him RB5. I used him at L5. He just dies. That's what it does.
Yeah. So maybe Rebirth isn't a scam in some cases, and his would be one of them.
Yeah.
Looks like mostly Bs across the board. Almost you have him as an A. Solid character. He's just not fantastic.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'll asterisk it because he's an A if he's rebirthed.
Yeah.
Otherwise he can die
Yeah,
out the gate.
he needs a turn to be good, and usually that turn he dies.
Yeah.
Somebody put Rocket on the list.
Oh, because she got fixed and she's like really good.
I didn't use her enough to really make a comment, but I just put her as B because I didn't tell. But
She's probably not gonna move to B, but I just wanna put everyone on notice that she's really freaking good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I have not used her a lot since they fixed her bug. I thought she was cool, but you need her to
Damage
survive.
dealing green.
You want her to do,
Yep, you do.
she's a squishy green. Add her to the list.
It's you want her to get hit, but then you don't want her to get hit
Yeah.
because she's gonna die.
I mean, this goes back to, and the devs did a good job about it this month, but getting bugs fixed quickly is so important. Just because so many tunes come out, they're bugged, everybody writes them off, and then 6 months later they pop up in Siege or something as a bonus, and we're like, where the heck was this tune? And it's because nobody went back and played with them again the month after they fixed their bugs. They just went off the first impression and left it where it was.
Yeah. Except Garth still sucks.
Well, Garth was always good.
Well, they fixed his text, not the tune, so that's why.
Yeah.
Bohem Rocks was asking if Rocket's gonna be good for raids. I'm willing to bet she's gonna be amazing.
is she a bonus tune?
Wait a second. She was fixed prior to the last raid.
No, she didn't do the double pops at that rate. Not
Is she
yet.
on this?
She didn't?
Is she a bonus tune this raid?
No, she's not. But she's gonna be the new Arcus. That's my bet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And remind us what with her basic. It used to be can't miss. Now it misses, but hits the second time. Or what is this?
No, the bug right now is she doesn't ignore awareness. I think something like that. But you don't care. You all you care about is the 3 strength ups. That's it.
Right.
And she does the double pop all the time. So
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
she might be green lowest. That's my guess. So let's see. We'll see in
We'll
a few
see.
days.
All right. Apparently, somebody wanted to put Adam on here to look at again.
Oh, that's just just to make our guest happy. Actually, he wants to hear live you and Lou trash Adam, so that's why.
Yeah.
I actually can't. I can't talk about Adam because I haven't used him in a really long
Lately,
time.
yeah.
I mean, he was trashy before, and then now with all the power creep and everybody else, he's even worse. So
So he's a C now, Hate? Is that what you're saying?
probably.
Probably a C.
Yeah. I mean, that's what
Oh,
Burger
what's...
even voted C.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
and
The other
then...
back here.
I mean, I have him.
One?
I have him RB4. I mean, he at first he was doing pretty decent, right, against like dark side and stuff. But I every time I use him now, like I just kind of walk away like unimpressed. So I don't see my like to me like B. I could put him on most teams and he'll do a lot of good, and I just don't see that with him at this point, even with my RB4.
Oh, you should take him to RB5.
So you'll be even more disappointed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you
No,
RB5 is crazy.
he's good, but he's kind of unpredictable for me. That's the biggest problem.
Yeah, and you hate that. I love that stuff.
Actually, I do want to
Yeah,
thank you
un-
for bringing him up, because now with the way the scores fell, we can drop him to C.
No, you can't do that.
I
Historic.
don't think he's that bad. I don't think he's that bad. I mean, he's good. He's scary in defense. I'm gonna tell you that.
Yeah.
It's just when you use him.
He helps your team. He ramps up if
He
the other
does.
team, the opponent buffs.
Yeah.
And he
he
wants the opponent to buff, so he will definitely nuke you. Everyone thinks his 3 is supposed to kill, even at RB5 is supposed to kill out the gate. No,
It doesn't.
You know,
It doesn't.
You
It does not.
let the opponents buff, save it, and then nuke him. You know, he removes buffs, call assists. It's like he's got a Swiss Army kit.
So what you're
You know,
saying is a master of nothing.
Jack of all trades, master of none.
Yeah.
No, he's good. He's good.
Jack of no trades, master of none.
He
You're
does
not
not
gonna
deserve.
win.
So essentially, what I'm hearing is we all agree C.
Yeah. C tier it is.
Oh my god.
We do not all agree C.
Except
I have no part in almost. I have no part in this. I think he's a good B tier too.
I think he's a
I'm
solid.
gonna,
B.
I'm gonna wash my
I
hands.
thought you'd have my back end for. I had your back
I-
siege as much as I could.
I know that, but
Least you could do is scratch my back.
these guys, they're monsters.
I mean,
This is where we move our
I
votes
try.
up to A's and 4, and that's going to balance them back up to a B.
I mean, you got 2
Yeah.
trash tier votes, so it's.
No, it's not gonna. I'm doing the math, and no, it's not gonna. It's not gonna change. All
Fine, then
that.
let's go to S. Let's go to S.
There could be 5 A's, and it still wouldn't do the
Go to
math for C.
S tier.
We're sorry, almost. You're a good guess. It's just that.
You know,
Hate
I'm
just
gonna
hates Adam
change
so
my
much.
vote to S to help balance it out.
I don't like this.
He's not gonna count you.
Yeah, I don't like this
Hate-
rigged
that's what
election.
this means.
Yeah, I don't like this
Yeah.
rigged election stuff. We locked it in already.
Yeah. I mean, M4, you can't even get first this siege using Adam, so.
I know.
All right, let's move on to Bizarro, who, yeah, I mean, he was okay at one point, but he's pretty bad. I mean, I don't even know if he's quite a C tier, but looks like we all.
Bizarro. Yeah, I see.
Bizarro, we're talking about. I forgot to say the name.
Yeah.
I was tempted to vote trash, but he's not quite there. He's
not. Yeah.
when
Yeah,
we
he's
have
not
our
quite
D
there, but-
discussion, he's like
Yeah, he's gonna be there. Yeah.
he would be a D character, but we'll get into that. Almost you're kind of generous on the voting. I'm looking, but you voted B.
Yeah, I try not to keep hate in my heart. For like,
I don't know why you want to keep me in your heart. I mean,
I always get hit in my heart.
No, I think especially now with the meta, which is heavy debuff, I'm just curious, and I want to start using him more because he's a guy that can wreck you if he's heavily debuffed. If you can keep him alive, right? But that's just more like that's why I'm very curious about him, and I want to start messing around with him in matches. Like I can see him being a C, but I like he's just interesting to me.
I mean, is he
He's
fun?
definitely unique, but
He's ugly as
Like,
hell.
I don't know that being unique is going to be enough to keep him anywhere below C tier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
The problem
I was
is that yes, he wants the deep. Good, Burger.
Oh no, you were going go.
I was just going to say, like, yes, he does better with the debuffs than most tunes, but the fact is that disease is still going to just run through him like almost instant.
Yeah.
If the if his does he have damage immunity or death immunity?
Death immunity.
Death.
Yeah, he has death immunity. So I mean, if he had a chance to keep it on longer, it might make a difference. But I just don't think that the way his kit is built for the disease meta. If he had something where he converted diseases into mins or something like that at the end of every turn, I think he would be really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I want really badly to like him. I mean, like when he first got reworked, I was excited, got him to where I could RB for him and max him out there, but I just don't see it yet. I just don't see it.
Yeah, he definitely needs rework. I think he could be a really good rework. He just needs a rework.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep this train chugging. Power Girl. I don't even know how we kept her in a B this long.
Yeah,
I mean,
the-
borderline trash.
she's a D, but we don't have a D, so
Well, we still got to get to that discussion. Next, on
There's
the
no
list-
need to have a D tier.
Well,
It's C and then trash.
Let's just have this discussion now then, because it's come up a couple times. So I was originally all for the D tier, but my problem is I'm looking at it and there's only a handful of characters I feel like are between C and trash, and we would also have to go through and redo the entire list, which is really kind of painful.
Well, here's where the bigger problem is. It's not necessarily C and trash being the problem. The problem is B tier, right?
Yeah.
B tier has almost 50% of all the tunes in the game are in B tier right now.
But we're working on
And
that.
just
right
with
now.
having, but the problem is without having another tier in there,
Yeah.
the difference between B and C is a gulf. So if you can add D in there, it kind of gives you more room to shrink the difference between B tier and C and T tier.
Yeah.
It gives you more space to work with.
My problem with adding a D tier is it feels like a lot of work for all of us.
it shouldn't be too bad.
We do 2 episodes a month, Nate. Is it really that much work?
I mean, it feels like, but I feel like the D tier would just kind of be like, they're probably trash or they're just really. I mean, there's only a handful of C tier characters I feel like should be D. We may move a few more B characters into C, but I feel like we're doing that right
but
now.
there's a lot more A's that's probably go down to B because we're gonna move a lot of B down to C, and so it just balances out. At 200, it's just
I don't know. I feel like anybody that's in the C tier range, that would move to D. I would just make them trash.
Yeah, I feel like that because we
Well,
had
like,
this before. The D tier had like 10 characters, and then
well, that was before. That was like 2 years ago.
That's when we had like 120 characters.
well, let's just
I
say
mean,
let's
we
be
can
generous.
take a shot at doing it.
But-
It just might not yield the results that you want.
Yeah, I mean, we may have 15 characters in D tier, and then it's like, what is that really accomplishing?
We can
Okay,
try
like
and
we-
see what happens.
Yeah, we'll try. Hawkeye, we have a mission.
What is your
Let's
before we have the artist do all the work? Let's do a preliminary vote to see.
Yep, and see what it
Yeah.
looks like. Yeah, see
Yeah.
what it looks like. Yeah. We'll
I'm
do it.
fine with doing the work of
Calibrating.
reassessing the entire 198 character list.
Oh, it's 202 now, dude.
Oh, that's too many.
202 isn't until Starro comes out.
Yep, and on Wednesday, so 200. Yes.
Yeah, we're 3 days away from that.
I'm fine with reassessing the 202.
Well, like here's the thing too:
It
is
just might
even if
take
we
us a
do that,
while.
well, what I was going to say is even if we do that, what we can do is we can just do it as a silent episode. Just all of us vote, reset it. Don't have to do a whole episode going over all 200 characters.
Yeah, we probably
Or
don't.
we could just take the big ones that made big changes and talk about those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I would agree. I do not think we would have to actually talk about 202 characters.
Yeah, we don't. We don't.
That would be
Let's
insane.
Yeah.
Let's just talk about the big movers.
I'm saying we don't need to talk about any of them.
We could just
Get it set.
We could just bring up a few highlights.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the reality is,
We can talk about it like off the air, and
we can do the
we can get the list to where we like it.
Well, we could talk about it off
And
the air
then-
while recording, and then make that a patron-only episode.
You just want to record
Oh, yeah.
the whole thing.
Yeah, well, for our 4 patrons that we have left, let's.
Yes. And I'm one of those.
I'm one of them
All right.
too.
Oh, there you go. There we have 2. All right.
All right,
So Power Girl C.
Power Girl
There
C.
you go.
Cersei also look like she's going to be a C. M4, you still have her as a B? I may even
I'm
put her
jaded.
in D tier when we have D tier.
Yeah. Fine. She's C. No, I only like her as B right now because of Mary.
She's terrible, though. I mean, actually, she's trash. I'm voting trash. I mean, she really
She's
does
so bad.
like literally nothing.
You have
Well,
RB5, right?
Yeah,
Her bringing people back to life, though, is
I guess that's the only
If you
reason
can-
she's not a
The
Yeah,
star
because it's
system.
not trash.
that makes her not trash in my mind. But
Yeah, I guess.
I mean, if her stun was more reliable, I'd easily have her be.
She needs a rework back.
But hey,
Fine, C.
Okay, see
If
it.
the
This one's
devs would get off
border-
their ass and fix the star system, she would be much more valuable.
Yeah,
We've asked for it many times, even recently.
yeah. Zubaz asks for it every single month.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. All right, Phantom Stranger.
This one's borderline trash. The only reason I did not vote trash is because the trash tunes are like literally worse.
If we had a D tier, he would be in it.
Yes, he'd
Yes,
be the
100%.
Okay, maybe the D tier does have some legs because I am Cersei, Phantom
He is the
Stranger,
poster child for
Power Girl. There's a few of them. All right, I'm coming around. And this is another one, Beast Boy.
yeah.
He's probably a D.
C.
Actually, he's probably C.
Yeah. He's probably C.
Yeah, he kind of stinks though. Any comments on Beast Boy?
Nope.
He's
almost as in B. So almost. What are your thoughts on him?
Almost has Cersei B too, though.
I like his turn meter manipulation, so he's not entirely useless.
It's,
Yeah.
everyone
He was
else
one of
does
my
it.
first-
I'll surprise you guys. I actually like Beast Boy.
Yeah. He
What?
was one of my early rebirths when they introduced it in the game. And I think like one of my favorite Red Alert teams was Lex, Kaga.
Oh, because he buffs, all right.
Yeah, so
All right.
that
So
I do think he needs another rework, but I actually
does.
do like him, and I think he has a lot of potential.
You know, Historic's making a good point in chat about this D tier and trash, because that was our original reason for getting rid of D tier, was because we had like 4 characters in trash and everyone else in D tier. And really, you could make a case for Phantom Stranger trash, Cersei trash, Power Girl trash. Like, they're not really.
But when you look at these tunes compared to the other tunes that are in trash already, there's a world of difference.
Okay, we'll do the
Yeah.
exercise and see what happens, and then we'll talk about it. We'll talk about the exercise. We
Okay.
won't talk about all the characters. We'll just talk about the exercise
all right,
itself.
we're gonna do a new tier list.
This is very exciting. I can't wait to have even more tunes in the trash tier.
What's going to happen is we're going to have to do a fundraiser for the artist before we approach him. He's going to have to move like 300 characters around.
He's gonna be excited.
Yeah, he'll be very excited. Especially since he hasn't played the game in like 2 years.
Dawn Star is like riding a roller coaster. Oh my god, I'm S tier. Oh
I
no,
wonder if
you're
we
B.
could just get the template from him and just move it ourselves.
No, but he makes it look so good with the background and everything. He likes doing it, so.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he's going to like adding
As long as
D
it's
tier.
not a chore.
Yeah, I don't think he's gonna like adding the D tier and moving 300 characters, but I like the. I mean, it looks so good. So
Who's
I'd
the
like
artist?
Brian. Some guy, Brian.
his name's Brian. He also goes by a bunch of names. He's 54 on Discord. He's the Dark Knight on Reddit.
Oh, okay. But in game?
He doesn't play
He's,
anymore.
he's not in the game.
Okay.
He quit. Like 2
Dragona
years ago.
Joestar.
No,
Oh.
no, that's not him.
But no, great guy. You know, does it out of the kindness of his heart. I throw him, gift card once in a blue moon, but he does it for free otherwise.
Nice.
So, anyway, back to Dawnstar. So, looks like we're going back to A tier. I think I always voted A tier, so I was surprised when she went to B.
I don't know how she felt to be. I feel like I'm partly to blame, but yeah, she's still good. She's just not S tier good, but she's really good.
Yeah, she can get really annoying really quickly.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Hawkeye, you still want to go B?
Like my problem for her is just if you stop her from getting going, she's not a problem. She's only a problem if you don't plan for her.
Yes, that's on
So-
defense, right? When you're facing.
Yeah.
But you
And,
use her.
and on offense, I don't find her incredibly useful. Especially with the number of taunters being way down right now. The true sight's automatically losing value there.
Yeah, I mean
Like the
she's
constant
an
buffs
A4
and debuffs.
annoying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
She
mean,
also looks so.
yeah, her character
Like-
model's awesome.
Like if you're trying to knock out a bunch of Wraith matches and gain trophies, she will slow you down because she will make the matches last too long.
I do like her. Like she brings Lex back to being useful because you don't have to match like Atrocitus using Atrocitus or like who else are the faster teams like Monster Manhunter. She outspeeds them, so now you have another option of outspeeding the fast teams. And all of her moves buff, and then you put the hit chance down on them while she gains so she's very useful. She's not like just your traditional bopper. She's not, but she gives you another way to win.
She like Red Robin or like Death by 1,000 Cuts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's like her
I will say I'm
like her awareness stack is crazy too.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's quite
I get
stacked,
more
don't you think
annoying.
so? Yeah, she's
All right, let's move on.
She has terrible
What do we
posture,
have? Yeah. Well, she works at her desk, but
Yeah.
let's get moving. We're at an hour in, and we still got quite a few to go. So, Jay Garrick, I'm kind of surprised people want to bust him down to a C. I still think he's B personally, especially what's his name? Pingzo's J is terrifying at RB5.
Mine's RB5. And on
And he-
offense, he's really trash.
Yep.
He might be good on defense, but on offense, he's terrible.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely
M4 pointed out to
horrible.
me. I was going to say M4 pointed out to me that I've exclusively voted off of Pingzo's Jay Garrick for months now.
Yeah.
So that's why I went ahead and went C tier on him.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't used him in ages, so.
Yeah, he sucks.
I accidentally skipped over Freddy Shazam. I don't know how we had him at a B. Like
Yeah, he sucks.
he's definitely D tier.
Because we got to the point where when we didn't know what to do with the toon, we all just voted B on him. So that's what happened with him.
Yes.
Because nobody knew what the hell to think of his kit, his new kit.
So he's dropping to a C. I think he's a D vote when we get D tier.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely.
Because he's not quite
See that.
trash, but not quite C. So yeah, maybe that one. That's another one that kind of.
Because, like, to me, part of the difference between D and T tier is going to be whether they have modern stats or not. Because if you have a terrible kit but you have modern stats, you're kind of
Yeah.
a little bit of
Kind of like
trash. Whereas if you have trash stats plus a trash kit, that's how you end up in it.
Next on the list, John Constantine. Someone wanted to vote. Looks like he's remaining B. Hawkeye, you wanted to drop him, I guess.
Yeah, and just the on death mechanic stinks. You know, you have Black Mask that does it off lead. So Constantine you have to use as a leader, and you have to lose tunes for him to be effective. With the state of the game right now, I just don't find that to be a B tier tune anymore.
Mr. Freeze, he is. Oh, you got something?
Trash.
Yeah, he's really bad. Burger, you put a trash tier for Mr. Freeze?
Yeah, I don't know. Like the only time I ever really try to use him and find him useful is when it's like he's one in raid whenever, like on day one, when you can try to slow him down. The other person down. Like I'm not like, if I see him in PvP, not worried about him. There's not very many times that I'm like that I would ever find myself being like, oh shit, I got to bring Mr. Freeze to this. It's really going to make the difference in a match. I think when they changed him recently, they made him way worse.
Yeah.
And so I just don't think he's.
And Burger, I hate
bring
telling you this. The speed downs are now broken. They don't work anymore.
No, there you go.
The one thing you use him for, it doesn't do
Exactly
it.
right. Yep.
So why do we have in C again? Okay.
Yeah, you guys have
Because we don't have a D tier.
Yes. Okay. That's why he's D tier. That's why.
But that amazing stat boost.
Yeah.
You mean the stats nerf? Okay.
Well, the stat boost made him worse, right?
It did.
Stats nerf. The first stats nerf. Yes.
All right,
That's
Plastic Man. Looks like we unanimously
Another
voted
B
C.
because we voted B because we don't know better.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You know, this is somebody I think he is C, and I stick by that vote. But when I play with him, like, he actually is a little fun. Maybe it's some of the animations and stuff, but I actually do kind of like playing with him at times. But yeah, he's definitely C.
He's awesome when it works in your favor,
Yeah,
but 50% of the time he does nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
50% of the time, tunes generally are C tier.
Yeah.
They suck. And speaking of which, there's another one like that.
Yeah,
coming
Red
up.
Tornado. Burger's the only B
Another
vote.
one.
I still like him. I like the retaliation that he does. I like he's fast. I like his AoE hits pretty decently hard. But I think he's a low B, maybe a high C, but
Yeah.
I could go either
Well,
way.
he has like the glowing weakness that DCL loves doing of a
Yep.
tune that wants to be hit that cannot take a hit.
Take a hit.
There's
Yeah.
so many
One
tunes
thing
that are
he-
built that way.
He's
Yeah.
really fast at dying. That's what he's really.
You're breaking my heart in for, and I don't appreciate it.
I mean, I get all this shit for having for wanting to make Adam, A tier and higher, but like Hawkeye, they just trash all your tunes.
Hawkeye
Yeah,
trashes all his
I
tunes.
do it to myself.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
I do it
Parasite.
to myself.
No,
Oh, we'll be talking about Parasite next month.
And when Hawkeye first joined,
We'll be talking about
tier
Parasite
list,
next month.
he
Yeah.
was so harsh on all the tunes at first. I was like, I don't know about this guy.
Yeah, there was a time he was like, look at this Firestorm, Stripe, Red Tornado, Accolade.
Yeah, I mean, you're kind of in that 2D range right
Well,
now, Hawkeye.
Yeah.
he's actually the opposite of 2D because he takes them to RB5 and then they get power crept or nerfed, and then
Yeah.
2D's RB5s get automatically S tier. So
That's true.
There's a saying for this. There's a saying. How does it go? Tell me who your rebirths are, and I'll tell you who you are. Something like that.
Yeah.
all I can say is I'm glad Livewire is no longer trash.
Yes. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I mean, I'd put her back in
look
there
at
if I
this.
could, but
Hawkman. Okay, that's
She's
something.
good now. She's good.
all right. Starfire. Looks like we're moving her to C. I fully support that. She's not that good anymore.
Well, she was S tier for a brief moment,
Yeah.
so
Yeah,
let her enjoy
she had a moment
that,
in
and
the
then
sun again. But
No,
yeah,
and then back where you belong.
I had my alliance take advantage of her bug last raid, and that's how we ended up in the top 10.
It definitely worked. We used it too.
I caught it that week before raids, and I was just, yeah, this is going to be something.
Yes,
Yeah.
thank you for helping us cruise to World's Finest, because that
Oh.
bug definitely made for a pretty easy raid.
Well, I mean, you guys are going to get it. I just, figured shave off a few hours of, work.
Solo, yeah, helps solo.
Yep.
Yeah, for Alliance it doesn't really help because everyone has the same tool. But for solo, yes, it sped everything up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Only if your alliance didn't know about it.
Know about it. Well,
Yeah.
where you living if you don't know?
Next on the
Alright.
list is Two-Face. Doesn't look like he's moving. M4 wanted to
What?
drop him. Hawkeye did too.
I was tempted.
I don't know.
Wait.
I don't know why. you
When
would
was
wanna
the
drop
last time you guys?
him. I used
What does
Two-Face
he
all the
do?
time.
Tell me.
He's-
Tell me what he does.
He's great. He kills like lots of reds all the time.
Really? Does he?
I love Two-Face.
Does he?
I like that he has a
Two-Face
non-damaging.
honestly wiped me out this morning. I was facing a Two-Face, and I was like, "Oh, this should be no problem," and I lost because of him.
I still use him all the time.
All right, fine. I think he
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 sucks.
has won this round. See, I can see him being a low end B without a D tier. With a D tier, I think he's a high C.
He's just, yeah. And honestly, you think he's better than Atom?
Oh, way better.
Yeah,
yeah.
100% that.
For sure. Way better.
Without
Okay.
question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
As far as
Alright,
hate mail is
fine, then he-
concerned, if you're
I don't need to
comparing
wait on
anybody
people to
to
buff
Adam,
to use them. I can just pew pew.
Yeah,
It's
he just
basic.
nukes off the bat.
He kills blues.
Alright.
He'll take sometimes two of
Yeah.
them out.
Okay. Then okay. If you honestly believe that, then I guess he's a B tier for you. Okay. And the numbers.
Even
says
even
he's B.
people in chat are saying Two-Face is better than Adam. And he's got some weird supporters out there from that.
I'm not seeing any support for Two-Face in chat.
I did see. Honestly, yes, he's more useful than Adam.
I
Okay.
don't know. I think you're talking to yourself.
No,
It's
dark
Dark
side.
He's a
Let's
pro
see,
player.
account.
Hold on, guys. I got to log in under a different chat
we
name.
all know that
Let me log in under a different chat name real quick, and then
All right, fine. All right, the next one I want hate mail to say the full name because I love this one.
Wonder Woman, Princess of Themyscira. She's definitely
Nailed it.
C tier.
First try.
Nailed it. First time.
nailed
Right.
it.
She's definitely C tier.
Yeah, she sucks. Yeah. Her
Just
kit
needs
doesn't
to be
hold up
good.
anymore. Yeah.
Yeah.
The one Perch one buff is like, yeah. She's yeah. And she needs to be leader to do something, which is really tough to get these days. So many good leaders.
Cassandra Kane. She was a
Power corrupt.
power grab.
Power corrupt.
Everybody in the world can't miss. So
Don't need her now. You have Cheshire.
yeah.
Yeah.
Who's
that's right.
so much better than her?
Mm-hmm.
You mean so much better than everyone else. Everyone else not named Trigon or Cyborg Soups.
I don't know why Yara Floor's on here.
Yeah, I don't know who did this.
I think a lot of
I
people
really
don't
don't
think she's A tier. I still think she
But
is.
here's the question. I
Yara
think
is
we
pretty
all have
awesome.
we all have her RB 4 or 5, right?
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
Okay, my question is, does an L5 Yara do that work? And I don't think she does.
Probably not.
She doesn't. She doesn't do the bots like
Yeah, she can't,
Forrest
right?
does. She doesn't
We're all
kill him.
jaded.
Yeah.
That's why I had to
Especially
go
with the new
RB4.
modern start. Yeah, I told you that, right?
Yeah,
And now you think she's awesome.
and it's the truth.
Okay, so maybe she's B tier.
She's B tier, right?
Yeah. I-
Probably B, maybe even C.
I mean, B tier.
No, she's B tiers.
Oh, not C tier.
No.
Come on, Luke.
But now we have if we're gonna have a D tier. I
Yeah,
mean,
she's probably B if we have a D tier.
Yeah,
Especially.
she's B. We're just all jaded. That's why. We
what
all
about C
think we all-
minus?
C minus. Get the hell out of here.
She looks
I mean,
so
really,
fine, though,
you-
to call her a B tier.
I mean,
That
we just
pains
there's,
me, but
there's,
she is.
there's S tier right there. But, I mean, I think she's not that great. I mean, do you ever use her for anything other than nuking a group of greens?
Nope.
I mean,
Nope.
never.
Nope.
So.
No, I use her against the
Nope.
bots. That's it.
Exactly. Yes.
That's the
And
whole
even-
purpose of her, is to kill the bots.
Yes, and
Yeah.
now with Stitch, you don't even need to kill them. An
No.
L5 Stitch, I would use over my RB5 Yara most of the time.
Yeah.
I haven't been using Stitch, not because I haven't wanted to. I just haven't thought about using Stitch.
I hadn't until this siege, and I busted Stitch out a few times, and I have to say Stitch is very good. Extremely.
I would agree with that. Stitch is very good.
Yeah, we bumped Stitch to S tier.
Yeah, she was overshadowed by Cheshire, but Stitch is amazing.
Yeah, but Stitch also had a lot of bugs too, so it's
Yeah.
very
Not
hard
anymore.
to assess.
Not anymore. They got
no,
fixed.
not now. When Stitch came out,
Oh, which one? Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah. Stitch was like bugged to the wazoo. That's why I
And
didn't buy
it,
it.
it really was. I found it to be really crappy because if we knew how good Stitch was,
I would
I
have
might
bought
have gotten a
RB5
lot more
shards.
frags.
I know. Me too. And I hate Hawkeye for doing that.
Good old WB did it
No, that was all
again.
Hawkeye. Hawkeye did that. Held the fixes on purpose. So he would have the only RB5 out there. That was the fire.
Hey, sometimes you just got to do things on a wing and a prayer, guys.
All right, I think
Hey, we got to the end of the list.
we got through the list. It only took us an hour and 15 minutes, but we did it.
We did it.
I blame M4.
I would blame you too.
It was about 10. It was about 10 tunes long, and then M4 got his hands on it, and we ended up with 27.
All right, so I guess that is the Lisp. I actually think I'm gonna, when we get off this, bust out some Test Rocket more. I haven't used her enough to.
You might be surprised.
Yeah. I just want another Blackfire rework,
That'd be nice.
and then just get a better version of Rocket.
Oh, just do a Blackfire Starfire mod.
Yeah, that's what we need. That's what we need. All right, guys. Well, thanks for listening. Thanks for coming on, Almost.
Thanks for having me. Yeah, no, it's
Yeah, good time.
All right.
Take care, everyone.
Enjoy the rest of the day.
Hey everyone, it's Tootytron. Thank you for listening to WROL Broadcasts. If you like the show, consider becoming a patron at patreon.com/WROL Broadcasts. You guys think if I go out of my way next siege to lose to hate a bunch, that he might send me those dirty socks of his? I hope so.